All right, so coming to our hands and our knees, we are in our cat and our cow. We're going to drop our tummies down towards the earth, coming into that cat position. Knees are hip distance apart. Dropping that tummy down, chin slightly up, feeling this in the lumbar spine. We're going to just loosen up this back, this spinal cord, just a little bit more today. As we flow into our cow, into our cat. Exhaling back to our cow. We're going to do a couple of cat cows to our natural breath, soothing and relaxing that spine. 2 more breaths. As we find our pause back at table, we're going to do a couple of rotations here at our hips. Just rotating our hip muscles, our hips, in circular rotations here. Noticing how that feels in that lumbar spine, that lower back. Optioning to add your head and your neck also into that rotation. Feeling that whole Kundalini spinal cord flexation here. We're going to find our pause and we're going to switch directions, rotating in an opposite rotation direction. Two more breaths. Finding our pause at center, coming back to our table. We're going to push our bodies up to our down dog, gazing at our feet. Feeling that stretch as we walk our dog left to right. We're going to breathe that right leg up in the air. 3-legged dog, gazing at their feet. Bringing that knee to that elbow. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow, ensuring your tummies are tight. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow. Back to 3-legged. Exhale into down dog. As we walk our dog, pedaling our feet left and right. Feeling our arms get nice and strong here, working those shoulder muscles. As we extend that left leg up, 3-legged, opposite side, gazing at that foot. As we breathe that knee to that elbow, feeling that crunch. Tummies are tight. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow. Flowing back to 3-legged. Exhale into down dog. As we flow into our dolphin, coming onto our forearms here. Buttocks is high in the air. We are gazed at the back of the room. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. Noticing how that breath just relaxes and soothes that mind and body. Here in our dolphin, this pose prepares us for headstand. So we're just going to hang out this pose, just allowing that body to relax. 4 breaths. Optioning to walk your feet a little closer to your body and pulsing up and down on your tippy toes. Noticing how that feels when you pulse up and down. You'll feel it a little more on your forearms. Yes, looking good there in the forearm. Just pulsing up and down. And that pulse ups and down really prepares that body to come on up into that headstand. But we're not going to do headstand today unless we're able. We're just going to feel the movements of this inversion as we work on our forearms, our shoulder blades. 4 more breaths. 3 breaths. Drop it down to our knees, coming back to that down dog. As we breathe that right foot forward, runner's lunge. Just for a second, straighten that leg into a pyramid. Torso relaxes over that front leg, feeling that stretch. Exhaling back to that runner's lunge, bending that front knee. If our right hand is inside, it's outside of our body, breathing it in. Both palms are flat on the earth. As we twist the body to the left, left arm flows up towards the heavens, feeling that stretch, feeling that spinal twist. No lunge twist. We can gaze up at the heavens or gaze forward, whatever feels better. We are stretching, lifting our bodies. We can option to wrap this left arm around our backs, how we do in that thread the needle, and gaze deeper over that left shoulder if we choose. 4 breaths. 2 more breaths. Exhale back to center. Both palms are flat on the earth. Flow into our down dog. Gazing at our feet. Shifting our weight forward, high plank. Tummies are tight. We are working our shoulders, our upper parts of our bodies, just building strength. Exhale back, down dog. As we breathe that left foot forward, run this lunge, opposite side, feeling that stretch. Straightening that front leg, coming into that pyramid. Allowing that torso to relax over that thigh, head melts down. Feeling those shoulder blades melt forward, allowing that body to completely relax. Two more breaths. Bending that leg coming back into that front lunge. We're going to breathe that left hand inside of our leg. Both palms are flat on the earth. As we twist our bodies towards the left arm comes up. Gazing up or gazing forward, whatever feels best. Two more breaths. We can option to wrap this arm around our back if we choose, or keep it extended. Exhaling back and forward, both palms are flat on the earth. We're going to twist our right arm up, flowing towards that right. Feeling that stretch, gazing up at those fingers or gazing forward. Nice deep stretch here, spinal twist, lifting the body. Optionally to wrap that right arm around our back, slightly doing our thread the needle if we choose, gazing over that right shoulder. Two more breaths. Exhaling back to center, flowing to that runner's lunge. Breathing that right leg forward. We are in that runner's lunge. Both palms are inside of our bodies now, flat on the earth. And this time we're going to twist our bodies towards the right. Right arm flows up in the heavens. Feeling that twist. Optioning to wrap that right arm around our backs if we choose. Two more breaths. Flowing back to runner's lunge. Exhale, down dog, gazing at the feet. We're going to hold this close, taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, making that high breath. Listen how that feels. One more time. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. High breath. Feeling that body relax and soothe. And we're going to do a couple of running in places here. Just taking our feet off the earth. Just feeling our bodies run here. Tummies are tight. Working our shoulders. We're working that cardio as we are staying still. Energizing and awakening that body. 5 more breaths. Gazing at the feet. 3 more breaths. 2 breaths. Finding pause. Exhale, shift forward. High plank. 2 breaths. Coming down to our knees. Puppy pose. Buttocks is high in the air. Torso comes down towards the earth. Forehead or third eye chakra connects to the earth. Allowing those shoulder blades to melt forward. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. Allowing that heart chakra to connect to the earth. Slightly gazing the eyes downward or closing the eyes. Shoulder blades melts forward. We can be in our extended puppy pose, meaning our arms are in front of us, flat on the earth. We can also flow into that prayer hand puppy pose, breathing our palms together over our head, if that feels good. Or we can breathe our hands to our feet, whatever puppy pose feels good to you. This is a resting pose. It's also good for your lumbar back, your lower spine. Noticing how that feels in your lower spine. As we relax and soothe here, silent meditation, 6 natural breaths. Three more breaths. Flowing into that extended puppy pose. Just breathing those hands forward, palms flat on the earth. 2 more breaths. As we use our palms to spinal wave our bodies out of this pose, using our palms to wave that body forward and using our palms to wave our buttocks towards our heels. Just feeling that spinal wave. Once again, we are working on that central nervous system, optioning to allow your neck and head to also flow into that wave. Feeling that entire spinal cord relax, soothe, and lengthen and stretch. 3 more waves. As we find our pause at center, coming into our tabletop pose, palms are flat on the earth, knees are hip distance apart, dropping down to that cow, tummy comes down to the earth, chin slightly up. Exhale to cat. Flowing back to our table, crossing our feet at our ankles, coming onto our buttocks, coming into a seated position. Just for a second, we're going to lift those feet off the earth. Notice when we lift those feet off the earth, we'll feel our abdominal muscles working here. Yes, keeping that spinal cord nice and elongated, nice strong spine. Feet is up, or we can cross our feet at our ankles, whatever feels good. Coming into that boat pose here. Keeping that back straight, heart chakra is open, chin is up. Just holding on to this boat pose. 4 more breaths. Two breaths. Breathing those hands inward, and we're going to pound those hands from left to right, working the obliques. Tummy's nice and tight, backs are nice and straight. 6 breaths. Four more breaths. Feeling those abdominals work here. Heart chakra's open, chin is up. 2 more breaths. We're going to hold that boat pose, keeping those feet up, breathing our knees to our chest, bringing our hands to our feet, holding our hands in our feet. This here is working on our hip flexors here, opening up those hip flexors. Just taking a moment to gaze forward. We can call this a bear pose with our bent knees, holding our hands, holding our feet in our hands, bear pose. Backs are straight, tummy's tight, heart chakra's open, chin is up. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale with that high breath. Exhale. As we extend that left leg towards the right, just breathing that left leg outward towards the side, just slightly. Feeling that stretch right here behind your legs and that hamstring. Our heart chakra is still open. Our chin is up. 3 more breaths. 2 breaths. Exhaling that leg back in, extending the opposite leg out to the side, feeling that stretch. You'll feel it right there behind your legs, hamstring stretch. Gazing forward, taking nice subtle breaths. Chin is up. This time we're going to breathe in through our mouth. Exhale through our nose. Breathe in through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Breathing that right leg back inward. Gaze forward, tummy's tight. Taking another nice breath in through the mouth. We call this the cooling effect. Notice when you breathe in through the mouth, you'll feel that cooling effect at the back of your throat. Exhale through the nose. Breathe in through the mouth. Noticing how this breath cools the body. This is that cooling breath. Exhale through the nose. Gaze forward, extending that left leg back out to the side. If we're able, breathe that right leg out to the side. Now we have both left and right leg out to the side. Optioning to slightly bend your knees if you choose, or keeping them straight. This is our boat pose variation. This is also another variation of bear pose, where the bear is holding their feet in their hands. This is a stretching and lengthening pose. Our tummies are tight, our backs are straight. That heart chakra is open, that chin is up. Holding on to this pose, 4 breaths. Two more breaths. Coming nice and wide-legged if you can. Just breathing those legs further apart if you're able. Yes, feeling that stretch. Or we can also breathe those legs together. Tightening that tummy, keeping that back straight as we breathe our legs together. Noticing the difference between when we breathe our legs together and when our legs are breathed apart. Doing whatever feels best. 3 more breaths. Keeping that back straight if we're able. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale, breathing those legs into that butterfly pose. Bound position, butterfly or diamond pose. Feet are together. Bound position. In our butterfly, our feet are closer to our bodies. In our diamond pose, our feet are further towards our body. Both poses look almost identical, except one is a little bit deeper of a hip opener. That butterfly is a little deeper, feet are closer to the body. Doing what feels best for you. Keeping that tummy nice and tight, keeping that back nice and straight. Relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears. That heart chakra is lifted. That chest is lifted. That chin is up. Eyes are slightly gazed downward or closed. And we're going to flow into that cow pose. Lifting that chest forward. Head relaxed between the shoulder blades. You'll feel this in your lumbar spine as well. Also in your hip flexors here. Holding this. This is a seated cow. Flow into our cat. Breathing our chin to our clavicle. Spinal cord flows to the back of the room. Tummy's tucked in. Cat pose. Seated cat. Let's flow to our cow. Doing a couple of seated cat cows to our natural breath in our bound position. Going as fast or as slow as your body needs. 4 more breaths. Finding our pause at center, we're going to slightly hinge at the hips. Just leaning that body forward. Noticing when we hinge at the hips, we're going a little deeper in that hip flexors here. Feeling that stretch a little deeper. So only hinging as much as your body comfortably allows you to hinge forward to. If you're able and comfortable, allowing those shoulders to just melt forward, closer to the earth. Allowing your forehead, your head to come closer to your feet. We are just working on opening up our hips here. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale as that body comes closer to the floor. Noticing with each exhale, we may be able to come closer to the earth. Let's try a couple of natural breaths, allowing that body to relax and soothe. Feeling those shoulders melt forward, eyes gaze down. 3 more breaths. Using our hands to slowly push our bodies up, pushing that body back up to that diamond or that butterfly pose. Heart chakra is lifted, chin slightly up. Let's flow back into that cow pose. Noticing how this feels in our lumbar spine. Flowing back to that cat. Coming back to that diamond or that butterfly, nice straight back. We're going to keep that right leg bent as we extend that left leg out to the side. Maybe that right foot is connected to that inner thigh of that left leg. Noticing how that feels as we slightly hinge forward, just hinging that body, and you'll feel that stretch more inside of that left leg and the inner thighs of that left leg and behind the leg and that hamstring. Just feeling that stretch, allowing the shoulders to melt down. Allowing the head to melt downward as well. Heart chakra is relaxing. And we're going to shift that body slightly towards our left leg, connecting our left hand to our left ankle or our toes. Feeling that stretch a little deeper in the hamstrings. Allowing that body to soothe and relax. 3 more breaths. We can option to now connect that right hand to the ankles or the feet as well on the left side. So now we have our left hand and our right hand connected to our ankles and our feet. Bodies are slightly twisted towards that left leg. Eyes are gazed. Heart chakra comes closer to that thigh. Feeling that body soothe, feeling a heart rate regulate. 4 more breaths. We are lengthening and stretching here. Two breaths. Exhaling back to center, coming back into that diamond pose or butterfly bound position. Just for a second, heart chakra's open, chin is up, flowing into that cow. Exhale to cat. Coming back to our bound position as we keep our left leg folded. We're going to extend that right leg now, opposite side, slightly hinging at the hips forward. Just noticing how that feels in the body. Allowing the shoulders to melt forward, head come downward towards the earth. Feeling that stretch within your body, your inner thighs, behind your legs. Two more breaths. As we slightly just breathe our body towards our right leg, we could connect our right hand to our lower leg or the bottoms of our feet. As our torso relaxes over that thigh, head melts downward towards that knee. Optioning to breathe that left hand towards that feet as well, or ankle. And just hanging out here in this pose, feeling that stretch. Three more breaths. Using your hands to push that body up. Breathing that left leg out to the side. We are now in that wide-legged stance. Slightly hinging forward, just allowing that torso to hinge between the thighs. We're going to keep that back straight there, heart chakra lifted. Noticing how that feels. Chin is up. Connecting our hands to our legs, our ankles, or our feet. We're just going to keep that back straight, keeping that chin up. Eyes are slightly gazed downward or closed. Taking a moment to check in with body, noticing how we feel within. 4 more breaths. Optioning to hinge forward and dropping that head if that feels good. 2 more breaths. Using our hands to push our bodies up, just walking our bodies back up to that straddle pose, wide-legged pose. We're going to breathe, cross our legs together, coming into that cow face. Just breathing one leg under the other, crossing that other leg on top. Here in that cow face legs. Just going to take a moment to squeeze our feet here. Applying pressure to the bottoms of our feet, to our toes, to the heels of our feet, the ball of our feet. Whatever feels best, just showing our feet a little love. As our feet carries us and takes us everywhere we need to go. And as we know, there are pressure points in our feet that can relax and soothe. Keeping that back straight, tummy's tight, heart chakras open or lifted, chin is up, eyes are slightly gazed down. 3 more breaths. You can option to wiggle our toes as we're playing with our feet, just doing whatever feels best for you and your body. 2 more breaths. As we play around, taking a nice deep breath in through our nose. Hold the breath. Exhale, high breath through the mouth. Relaxing those shoulders downward away from the ears. Feeling that body relax. Shoulders relax down. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. As we flow our palms to the side, coming into that star pose. We are in that seated star. Palms are out towards the side. That heart chakra is still lifted. That chin is up. Eyes are slightly gazed down or closed. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath. Feeling the breath. Yes, feeling the lungs. Twist the body towards the right. Palms come downward towards the earth. Gazing over that right shoulder. Spinal twist. Allowing this twist to decompress, soothe, and relax that spinal cord. Natural breaths here. Two more breaths. Exhaling back to center, coming into that star. Heart chakras open, chin is up, deep breath. Exhale, twist the body towards the left. Palms come down, gazing over that left shoulder, feeling that spinal twist, decompressing that spine. Mind, body, and soul is relaxing. 3 more breaths. Exhale back to center, flowing into that star. Exhale into that seated extended mountain. Breathing those palms above the head, but they are not together. Extended mountain, palms are not together. Heart chakras open, chin is up. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale, palms together, seated salute, palms together. In that salute, breathing those palms down that heart center. Relaxing those shoulders downward away from the ears. 2 more breaths. Exhale, uncrossing those legs, flowing onto our backs, recline position, hugging those knees into the chest, knee to chest pose, recline position. The shoulder blades melts back into the earth. Knees are to chest, eyes are slightly gazed down or closed. 2 more breaths. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale those legs up in the air. Pointing those toes up towards the heavens. That plantar flex, pointing those toes. Like we're pushing down on the gas pedal. Pushing those toes down. Pointing those toes, plantar flex. Shoulders are connected to the yoga mat. We are in our legs on the wall pose. People also call this waterfall pose. Tummies are nice and tight. Reaching our hands up towards our legs. We're going to breathe our legs towards our torso. The bottom of the buttocks may come slightly off the earth. We can also option to connect our hands to our feet and breathe our legs further over our head. Feeling this nice stretch here for 3 more breaths. Optioning to come wide-legged, breathing those legs apart. We are in that reclined wide-legged pose, aka straddle pose, reclined straddle. Legs are wide-legged, feeling that stretch in the inner thighs if our legs are slightly apart. We're going to hold this 4 breaths. Remember to allow those shoulders to relax to the earth, relaxing those shoulders back. Connecting to the earth. 2 more breaths. Exhale, breathing our legs back together, legs on the wall. Pointing those toes up towards the heavens. Like we're pushing down on a brake poles or driving, just pushing those toes downward. As we breathe those knees to our chest. Happy baby. Feet are up in the air. Legs are towards the sides of the body, shall I say. And we can breathe our hands between our thighs. Breathe them out towards the side and connect them to our feet. If that feels good, happy baby. This too here is a hip opener. Working those hip flexors here. We can also option to rock, sway that body from side to side, using the earth to relax and soothe that spine. Or we can stay still in our happy baby, whatever you choose. 6 breaths. We can option to flow into a shoulder press by breathing our legs over our shoulders. Or a pretzel pose if you're able to get into pretzel. Whatever you choose. 3 more breaths. Two breaths. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Breathing those knees into the chest, knee to chest pose. Shoulder blades are connected to the earth, nice and relaxed. As we allow our knees to flow towards the left, recline spinal twist, knees flow to the left. Feeling that spinal cord twist, decompress. You may even feel it crack here. Breathing that right arm out to the side like a lowercase t. Shoulders are connected to the earth as we are gazed up at the heavens, or we can gaze over that right shoulder if that feels good. This here is our spinal twist. We can also option to straighten out that right leg, going deeper in that twist. Four breaths of silence. Exhaling back to center, hugging those knees into the chest. Allowing our knees to flow towards the right. Recline spinal twist, opposite side. Knees flow to the right. Shoulder blades connect to the yoga mat. Breathing that left arm out to the side like a lowercase t. As we are gazed up at the heavens, or we can gaze over that left shoulder. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. Feeling our back blades connect to the earth as we relax, silent meditation. 6 natural breaths. We can option to straighten that left leg out to the side if you choose. Four more breaths. Exhaling back to center, hugging those knees into the chest. Keeping those knees up in the air, we're going to breathe our feet flat on the earth. Knees are in the air, feet are flat on the earth. Connecting our hands to the earth next to our buttocks, palms are flat down. Shoulder blades are connected to the earth. We're going to work on that bridge pose using our feet, tilting those pelvic tilt, lifting that pelvic forward. Buttocks comes off the earth, feeling that gluteus maximus squeeze, nice and tight. We can option to walk, to breathe our hands underneath our buttocks, connecting our hands together, interlacing them. As we walk our shoulder blades towards our spinal cord, now we are deeper in that bridge, and we're going to pulse it up and down, squeezing and lifting that gluteus maximus, squeezing, squeeze. We can pulse it up and down, or we can squeeze it tight and hold it. Whatever feels best for you, or we can do an option of the two. 6 breaths. 3 more breaths. Feeling that squeeze. We're going to pulse it down and we're going to squeeze it up nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, feeling that burn. Holding it, squeezing. Pulsing it slightly down. Squeezing that gluteus maximus back up. Squeeze, squeeze. Holding it, squeezing it tight. 3, 2, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, uninterlacing those fingers. Buttocks comes to the earth. Breathing those knees into the chest, hugging them in. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Feeling those shoulder blades melt towards the back. We're going to take that right leg, that right foot, and cross it over that left thigh. That reclines pigeon. And we're going to breathe that leg towards the torso, towards the tummy. And you'll feel this stretch behind your legs and that gluteus maximus, that right gluteus maximus. It is relaxing and soothing that muscle we just worked. As we know, that gluteus maximus is one of the biggest muscles of our bodies. Feeling that stretch, 2 more breaths. Exhaling back to knees to chest. As we cross that left leg, left foot over that right thigh, we're going to breathe that leg towards the torso, towards the tummy. Feeling that counter stretch in that left gluteus maximus. Two more breaths. Exhaling back to center, breathing those legs up in the air. Pointing those toes up towards the heavens. Connecting our hands to our lower legs or our feet. As we breathe our feet, our legs over our torso, over our head. Coming wide-legged if you choose. Breathing our legs back together, bending our knees. We're going to come, crossing our feet at our ankles. We're going to come on up, feeling that tummy crunch when we come up, working that abdominal, coming on up, squeeze, squeeze. Back into that boat pose just for a second. Yes, we're not done. We're going to do a couple of bicycle poses here. Just moving those feet left and right. Tummies are tight, backs are straight. Working those abdominals. You can option to breathe your fingers to your ears and twist sides left to right if you choose. Working, working, crunching, crunching. 5 breaths. Let's make it 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Don't release yet. Come on up. Pound those hands from side to side. Pound. You can cross the feet at the ankles if that feels good. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Finding that pause. Coming on up. Crossing our feet at our ankles. Coming into any seated pose that feels good for you. I'm going to come into a cow face. May you find any seat that feels good for you. Tummies are nice and tucked. Nice and tight tummy. Backs are nice and straight, meaning we don't want to sink our back, having sunken slouch backs. Always sitting nice and tall, strong, firm. Shoulders relaxed down, away from the ears. Yes, feeling that Upper part of the body relax and soothe. A lot of times people say they have tension in their neck and their shoulders. A lot of times we sit shrugged and tense. Just relaxing those shoulders can help reduce some of that tension and stress we feel in the upper parts of our bodies. Relaxing those shoulders down. Their heart chakra is up, meaning their chest is lifted. That chin is up. Shoulders relax down. Backs are straight. We are sitting like kings and queens here. Never slouching for no one. Always being firm and tall. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. We call that high breath. Now we're going to breathe in through the mouth. Hold it. Exhale through the nose. We call that cooling breath. Notice when you breathe in through the mouth. Breathe in, please. Hold the breath. Exhale through the nose. So we're breathing in cooling air. That is that cooling breath. Breathing in through the mouth. Just taking a moment to relax here in our seated pose. As we breathe out, palms at heart center, coming into that prayer hands. Shoulders relax. Eyes are gazed downward or closed. As we use this time to thank ourselves for allowing ourselves to practice teaching training here today. For in a busy, busy world, it is so wonderful when we make time for self, make time for our training, make time for our education. The light in me sees, appreciates, and respects the light in you all. Namaste.